No! There's no way. The way his lifeless body hit the fucking floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the tss. I love how he just has a shit ton of weapons that he can make into Excalibur. Yo, he's dual-wielding Excalibur now. He's double-fisting Excalibur, guys. Oh! Oh! Why is John's face okay? He went in raw. He said, fuck them condoms. And you got all the lube I need. It's called your blood. If she's too boring, though, I still will blast the bitch. But I'll give the bitch an opportunity to run. What the fuck? Gilgamesh actually got sniped. That wasn't the face of a man who was going to do anything. If it wasn't for our best friend. Yeah, I mean, we would have died there. If she wanted to make it instantaneous, she could have. She could have immediately shot the head. I purposely missed vital spots so you could suffer the longest. That means there's 2 moments where Gil should have died this episode. The initial shot and had the shield nut come up from Enkidu. Yo, this might be the end, guys. Guys, I was so flabbergasted. I had to actually peek what other people were saying. So I head over to, well, quite literally, the sex disease haven of the anime community called r/anime, but I actually found a banger. Help me, Enkidu. Ishtar stole my key to the chastity belt. And she's actually wearing proper clothes this time. Holy fuck. If you would have told me last week Richard versus Gilgamesh would end with Richard more okay than Gilgamesh, I would have laughed at you. But here we are. If someone's new to Fate, the concept of Gilgamesh essentially throwing away his treasure vault key, the thing that accesses everything that he needs, would seem stupid. But he is the most arrogant person in the room because he believes fully he is above everyone. No one but him, and probably Enkidu, could use that key, right? And given the concept of needing to worry about them, no, like, no one's gonna fuck with the vault, and the people who could were all good. All these puny-ass mortals down below can't do shit. And then what's that? Coming from about 1,000 feet above, Ishtar slams our bitch ass, puts us in prone bone position, and says, I ain't wearing a condom and I'm not using lube. Your blood will be enough. Holy shit! You know what to do. You got this far in the video. You slap that like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already. Patreon for live reactions do live over there. Helps fund the channel and videos just like these. Holy fucking shit. This scene is insane. The concept, it makes me so happy and sad and mad and angry and crying all at once. Holy fucking hell. You know, there's a lot of questions I have, such as what the fuck was going on with these goddamn flashbacks about what we're remembering, staticky, so many things. We got Little Red Riding Hood. There's so many things happening, right? But this is just pure fucking Fate fan service in all the best ways. And it is kind of funny when you think about that, yeah, this time she actually does have clothes on. If you know, you know. I will say, though, I did appreciate that Mr. Jack didn't have to die. One of the only masters who would use a command seal in the way that he did. And honestly, the fact that you could throw this man in the middle of a church that could easily blow your head off if you're not careful, or you could have a psychotic author who could maybe slit your throat if you're not careful, and he'll just with a giant grin be like, absolutely, we're gonna be best friends, and you know what, it somehow just works out, is the type of entertainment character writing you need in the middle of an episode that can nearly kill fan favorite Best Boy. And I'm not even joking about that either. We gotta honestly keep in mind, Ishtar literally confirms that she kept him alive. So when he initially gets shot, a couple times, he gets shot in the shoulder, as we can see, I think probably the leg or something the next, and then the killing blow, which was going to connect either with his head or his chest, Enkidu comes in, does a little flippity flop, and saves his bitch ass. But then, moments later after this, she pretty much is like, hey, I wanted you to suffer, so I purposely missed the vital spots. Anyway, have fun. So we're confirming in this episode there was at least 2 moments Gilgamesh should have died. Initially, when you got the initial surprise attack, she could have killed Gilgamesh, and if you're trying to say she couldn't, I disagree. That truly got him. And even if you want to say, even if she went for a killing blow the first time, that doesn't kill him, the second time that got saved, well, actually, I guess in theory, she was able to connect 3 shots. If we say all 3 shots were designed to be killing blows, Gilgamesh would have died. And even if you say no, that's not true, I mean, if it wasn't for that shield, probably. That's fucking insane, and actually makes a lot of sense when you actually think about it, which you can't say often, Jesus fuck. I am quite interested about her story and the whole Little Red Riding Hood thing. I don't got a lot of mind comprehension going right now. My brain's a little melted, I can feel it leaking through my ears right now. But I am quite interested to see where they're gonna go, since they are hinting more and more at that. And, you know, you gotta admit, you gotta love Richard being like, hey, just spare her, like, she's not involved in this. And he's basically like, you know, I'll spare her, but if she bores me, I'm gonna blow her bitch ass up. And I'm like, of course you would, Gilgamesh, of course you would. The thing is I was talking with a few people last week, and we were all kind of like on the same page of like, you know, in theory, if we could defeat this bastard, we would get Jack's Phantasm back, right? His ability? Nope, apparently not. Unless you re-roll Jack, he's basically as he's going to be now, pretty neutered, and that's unfortunate. But you know what? I keep saying I have a hard time rooting for who I want to root for, because like in terms of cool aura, of course I want to support him, but his master's the biggest piece of shit, or at least one of the biggest pieces of shit in the fucking Grail War. So it's like, you know what, Jack, I am rooting for you. Kill this son of a bitch. It's just the constant flip-flopping of not knowing how to feel and just not knowing where we go next. I think we were all convinced John was done. Bro got slammed so hard into the goddamn wall, his bones were twisted in a way that is not possible. Comes in like a fucking chair going up on the backside of the head at a wrestling match and decides to infect some venom into him. Respect. Didn't see that one coming. And you know, in a normal episode of Fate, I feel like John would steal the show here. Holy hell, didn't expect it, didn't think he had it in him. But I'm sorry to say, John was the smallest fucking aspect of this goddamn episode, or at least one of them, because Gilgamesh nearly got fucking rip bozoed. I will say though, I did quite like the dynamic between these two. I'm interested. I would honestly argue their dynamic might be the thing I'm most interested in with season 2. Like, I'm fully convinced when we do get to season 2, they're gonna kill like 3 people in like the first couple of episodes, because like we're so far avoiding major deaths unless they really escalate it soon. And I feel like they're setting the stage that anyone could die at a moment's notice, and I think that's going to really start escalating in the second core. But yeah, I will say Richard's storyline is definitely one that I think I'm most interested in, but Jesus, man, you know, as someone who's seen a majority of the Fate content play through the Stay Night visual novel, I love this series. But the fact that it can still find new ways to surprise me, and then when it does surprise me, I say, you know, now that I think about it, that is the appropriate way to surprise me. It hasn't lost its touch, you know, it's been around for a while, and it just hasn't lost its touch. To varying degrees of entertainment quality, for sure, but fuck, man, I feel like this is the most high-quality Fate production we've had since Ufotable was doing the TV anime for, like, Stay Night, Phase Zero, and stuff. I'm not going to include Heaven's Feel, that's a movie, but Jesus Christ, I love Babylonia, but this is in a completely different category of its own. Your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already, and Patreon for live reactions you live over there, which does help fund the channel, so you know I gotta give those video shoutouts to my patrons because they make it all possible over here. So today we got Waka, Keegan Miller, Ert Swanson, Jan Peterson, Zeekster, Michael Latham, Philip Reinhardt, Liliana, and Kakako. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. You'll have a good one.